constantly chasing one shiny object after another? Convincing yourself that this new course or certifying yourself with this new qualification or attaining that jump in salary or switch in jobs will ensure you have arrived and never really arriving. For by the time you have reached that goal, you have your eyes set on the next new thing and you've already begun the chase. It's time you stop chasing shiny objects and commit to going deep on what's important. Hello, and you're listening to Own Your Everyday series in the Being Miraculous podcast, and I'm your host and self-awareness coach, Shweta Shivram. Today, we are going to be talking about shiny object syndrome and how it impacts us from truly getting results in our lives and measures we can adopt to curb this restlessness. I've always been restless. I'm constantly on the go, doing more things. I used to attach my self-worth, my identity, and everything about who I think I am, and do every new thing possible. This latest certification, try out that new coffee, the newest meditation, the latest book released by my favorite author. The list was endless. Some I'd finish, some would be halfway done and in a limbo cause I've moved on to the next new thing. When I first started observing this in me, I was surprised by how pervasive it was. I was so restless in every aspect of my life, be it personal or professional, and the deeper I went down my meditation path, the more I wanted to curb this autopilot tendency that I had. Restlessness implies an inability to be still, to come to rest, to be able to stay present or to fully commit to doing the task at hand, while enjoying periods of reverie, wandering, or plain inactivity. When we have the shiny object syndrome, it's more of an anxiety escape to avoid pain, discomfort, or any other unpleasant situations that are truly underlying within us. When we are constantly restless and chasing the newest shiny toy in the market, we multitask, spread ourselves too thin, don't do anything completely with our full attention. And what happens is this half-hearted attempt leaves us feeling unaccomplished. We do things constantly, but nothing feels enough. And so we take on more and overcome it, which leads us to fail more. And the end result? We feel drained and exhausted with nothing to show for all that we have done. And this is probably the worst impact of this restlessness that we feel, is that we procrastinate that which is important because we have little time and energy left to do them. Here are some ways I've learned to curb this. 1. Keeping my goals unchanged. Most of the time when we chase shiny objects, we keep changing our goals too, about what we want to accomplish. By keeping those goals unchanged and steady, they act as an anchor to curb how much leeway you give your shiny object syndrome. 2. Practicing meditation. A simple and humble way to shed out all excess is meditation. You become connected with who you truly are and you let go of all that excess. This is how I first realized how deep this restlessness behavior of mine is. 3. Working out every day is a good expression of this energy. Instead of making yourself do 10 things to quench this unquenchable thirst to do more, tire yourself out with rigorous exercise. Bonus, you get fitter and you sleep well. 4. Learning to say no. We often overcome it because we cannot confront and say no. Learn to refuse things that don't work for you in a way that works for you. Your inner critic will resist and oppose this, especially if you're as restless as I am. But gently and firmly tell yourself, I cannot do all of these things because I need to say yes to what's important and list down that what's important for you. This statement immediately empowers me. Grounding yourself to the present moment helps counter restlessness. By anchoring yourself to your own center, you can avoid the constant tug and pull of your monkey minds and stay focused on what's right in front of you at the moment, and this improves your fulfillment from day-to-day activities significantly. So here's your Own Your Everyday tip. Give the shiny object syndrome a miss and commit to doing what's most important for you to achieve your goals in the long term. You will thank me later. If you're still finding it hard to commit to a goal or don't know what your goal should be after the COVID pandemic derailed your plans, hire me as your self-awareness coach and let's go create a possibility that energizes you and challenges you at the same time. We've got this one life after all, so let's make it count. Until we meet again, this is Shweta Shivraman signing off, hoping you have a fabulous week ahead.